Paige did not deserve that. She didn't. Welcome back to my channel. It's JusMeLah, and in today's video, I am reacting to Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 18, The Reunion, Part 1. So I'm gonna get straight into Paige. My biggest takeaway from this reunion part 1, and not even takeaway, but my feeling watching it, was primarily around Kevin Frazier, the host of the show. I was confused by his approach when interviewing Paige and Chris. I was confused by some of the things that he did. I was really taken aback by his approach. And so I want to get into that. The part that I took issue with Kevin Frazier was when he asked Paige, or rather told Paige, that he was going to show her some clips that she hadn't seen yet, because the reunion was taped before the season finished being aired. So there are some episodes that the contestants haven't seen it yet. So Kevin Frazier wanted to show Paige parts of an episode that she hadn't seen yet, but we as the audience have seen. Kevin decided to show Paige the clip of Chris speaking to Pastor Cal and him explaining how unattractive Paige is. He talks about it's her face, she's just not cute, he could have had a black, brown, that whole spiel. And Kevin showed that to Paige right then and there, and then asked her how she felt about that. I felt like there was such a lack of care or consideration for how Paige would be affected by that in that moment. There was a complete disregard for her humanity, for her as a person, for her as a woman, for her as a black woman. And I was really turned off that Kevin did that. I started to think, what are some of the other ways that Kevin could have made sure Paige was aware of this information so that her decisions in moving forward with Chris are from an informed place? And something I thought about was, maybe that's a clip they could have shown her in private, not in the presence of Chris, not on air with everyone else. I don't think we as an audience needed to watch Paige see that for the first time and then have her process it. Now, I will say that I feel she maintained her composure, okay? She didn't let us see her sweat, and that takes skill. So shout out to Paige for being able to maintain her composure after watching that. I wondered what kind of therapist was present on set to help Paige deal with that. I just thought it was very irresponsible, and I feel like Kevin Frazier needs to be held accountable, or Married at First Sight, the production team, whoever encouraged him to ask that question, or rather set that up. Everybody needs to be held to task, because I feel like that was very inappropriate. When I watched that episode, in my reaction video, I said, oh my goodness, I hope Paige has a group of friends or family that can surround her in love after seeing that episode. Because me watching it, I felt like that was a lot. I couldn't imagine having to watch somebody say those things about me. And so for Paige to now see it, not in the comfort of her home, not with family and friends surrounding her, but with Chris and Kevin Frazier in production, I just felt like that was a misstep. And I'm very bothered that that happened. Again, if Kevin or production felt it was important that Paige saw that, they should have had her watch that in private, had her process it in private, but that didn't happen. From what we saw, she was basically put on the spot, she was bombarded, and it was very careless on Married at First Sight's end. I think Kevin took a similar approach when he was speaking with Haley about her relationship with Jacob, and specifically when he spoke about the fact that they had sex. I felt like there was a lack of care and consideration for how Jacob would feel hearing and seeing that. I don't think it's appropriate to shame somebody around a sexual experience, especially something that happened in private, something that we, the audience, didn't get to see. And while it was sort of insinuated that Haley had a terrible experience, I think to put it on Jacob that he's bad at sex or he can't perform or it was disgusting or nasty, I feel like those insinuations are inappropriate on coming from Kevin. If the audience, if the girls, if other people want to do that, okay. But I just felt like it was, again, done callously. These are humans. These are not characters. This is not for play. I don't feel like he should have asked her about the intimacy, it felt like he was pushing for her to say it was a bad experience. But in reality, well, I can't say in reality, but if I was Haley, or the way I would have preferred Haley to answer that, and I think she tried to stay away from being messy, but I mean, gesturing, facial expressions, all of that communicates, okay? So even though she didn't say explicitly with her words, the body language said it all. I think a better way to respond to that is that there just was not chemistry. Nothing was wrong, nothing, there just wasn't chemistry. That's it. I think that's it. There just wasn't chemistry, point blank, period. But to say that he's bad in bed, I didn't like that. Kevin Frazier and his approach with keeping it real or getting the tea, I don't think it's appropriate. I think he should be held accountable. I think he should apologize. And I honestly feel like it was disrespectful for him to do that to Paige. She already is in a unique situation where she is obviously being abused by this man, just emotionally, mentally, really. And so they need to do better. That's it. That's my reaction to Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 18, The Reunion, Part 1. Thank you so much for watching. It's JusMeLah. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in my next video. Peace.